People, today is Thursday, June 25th, 2026. Please follow this guest host, Alex. He's wonderful, tremendous, wonderful, just wonderful.
Pastor John, you are on the air.
Hi there, Alex. You are tremendous, outstanding, excellent, especially talking about otherism. You and Tom both need to be advising the Democrats. My question for you is going to be, should we call the Democrats that won under Mayor Mondani FDR Democrats? But before that, Dr. King says in his book, Where Do You Go From Here, Chaos Community, at the very end, page 214, we all should either read the book or listen to it. He says, we need the equivalent of a Medicare for housing. For my friend down there in Texas, because of racism, that's why we don't have universal health care. I'd recommend 3 books to him. One, Professor Heather McGee's book, The Sum of Us, What Racism Costs Everyone, How We Can Prosper Together. A book by Oliver Hill, who was number 2 in his law school class, and Justice Thurgood Marshall number 1, and Reverend Stubbs. No Clue, White American Affirmative Action Exists in the Man's Moral Bible Now, and Tom's book about the hidden history of the American healthcare system. So what do you think, Alex? Let's call Mondami's people, Justice Democrats, all those, instead of how their brand name is, oh, you're socialist and all this kind of stuff, where Dr. King said we have socialism for the rich and rugged individualism for everybody else, right? Let's call them FDR Democrats and explain just what you finished saying. Social Security, the National Labor Relations Act, the Hoover Dam. Explain to people, what is it, the four things, the 4 freedoms? What do you think about that?
Freedoms. Yeah, so first of all, I'll let them call themselves whatever they want. And I oftentimes do call them FDR Democrats. I talk about Democrats in line with FDR policies. And I think you're seeing left populism is what's going on. And these are policies that are popular and benefit working people. And I will just also note that the first digital organizing that I ever did, and it was after some church basement organizing in Chicago, learning some Saul Alinsky. But the first digital organizing I did was a website called wheredowego.org, based entirely on my reading of Dr. King's book. And that is, I think, for anybody who is looking for something, it is an amazing book that puts out, it's so relevant to right now, because the question of where do we go is it chaos? Or community? Is it the billionaires and the tech oligarchs and Wall Street building a society that literally only works for the ultra wealthy, and everyone else is scrambling to fight for the scraps that fall off of their plates? Or is it a community, an interdependent future? Where we recognize each other, we recognize ourselves in each other, and we recognize the power that brings in knowing that we collectively want to achieve the same thing. And when we stand together and raise our voices together, we can defeat great forces of evil. And we've done it before, and we can do it again. And that is the message that I think people need to hear right now, is a message not of Pollyanna-ish rose-colored glasses, but a historically informed story of truth. What happened when Dr. King marched for civil rights? Was it easy? No. He was literally murdered. He knew that was going to, or likely could happen. He knew he might not see the promised land. He knew that he might be the Joshua generation who helps get there but does not actually get there. And I understand that that is true for all of us, because it is an intergenerational struggle. But as long as we don't forget what we are fighting for, we can never lose. So, Pastor John, I'll give you back the microphone.
How do
if
we
want
follow
to
you?
respond.
How do we follow you? Sure. How do we follow you on Instagram, TikTok? Tell us, please, how we follow you.
I'm on all of the ALaw202 is my personal account on like Twitter and Blue Sky, but Social Security Works is my professional account. The radio station that I co-own in Anacostia is We Act Radio on all the social media. But I'd say Social Security Works on all the social media or ALaw202. Pastor John, thank you so much for your
Bless you.
call.
Thank you.
I'm going to keep taking calls. We only got a couple minutes here, but I'm going to go to Timothy.